It's about privacy encroachment. Back to you, Zhou Yue.
All right, thank you, Haojun, for that. And that's netizens thinking about this issue. And this also comes to the question of our judicial culture. The different branches, the police, the prosecution office, and the court. Some are saying the problem is not the legislation, but the enforcement. What do you think?
I think so, yeah. It's a general problem in China facing the rule of law. We have a lot of good laws. Since 1979, we have promulgated many laws. If you just read them on paper, they are pretty good. But to look at in reality, we have so many problems. Not only the common people don't abide by the laws, including the public officials. So in my opinion, we should go ahead for rule of law starting with the public officials. They should learn to abide by the laws.
So is it a problem of training?
Not training. I think maybe part of the culture in China, they don't have the habit to abide by the rules. You know, they would consider other things, you know, relationships, and they try to avoiding the rules, and those kind of things. Seems that they are very clever. But for the rule of law, you know, you have to have the behavior in the environment that everybody abide by the law, like traffic rules. You know, if you see that all the people abide by the laws, by the rules, then you will do that. But if many people abide by the rules, they would go against the right, then you will go. So that's a problem, not only for the criminal procedure.
So Edward, do you believe it has anything to do with Chinese culture or the legal culture?
You know, no, I think that that's an easy out and an easy answer. I agree somewhat with you that and I mean, Professor He probably wouldn't disagree with me. It is a matter of training. There is an issue. I think that there's a level of frustration on the netizens, on people, when they're dealing with the police, for example. And this has been a very broad example, where we have cases that are part criminal, part civil, and the police don't want to get involved, and the police are not very active, and you've got to try to encourage them. You've got to collect evidence for them. You've got to be able to do that. And it shouldn't have to be like that. And they're making a broader decision about whether this will go to the People's Procuratorate than you would have in other countries. So this is where I find, I mean, I think training is one thing. I think the other thing is that justice should be blind, and what we see on a day-to-day basis is, with the police certainly, is they're not implementing these things evenly at all, and this leads to a higher level of frustration by average people, and then they think that the legal system doesn't work, because their day-to-day interaction isn't with a lawyer, isn't with a judge. Their day-to-day action is with the police, and the police makes the